Hi, I'm Opal. 3 days ago, I became a mom to the most perfect little girl in the world. And honestly, it's still sinking in that she's actually mine. She has your eyes, you know? Zoe adjusts the tiny pink hat on my daughter's head as we both stare down at the sleeping bundle in my arms. You think so? I was just thinking she looks exactly like her dad. Don't you dare say that. Lily is gorgeous and nothing like that jerk. I sigh, stroking Lily's impossibly soft cheek. The nurses said she's the calmest baby in the maternity ward, hardly cries at all. Completely unlike her father, who threw the tantrum of the century when I told him I was keeping her. Any word from Mason? I shake my head. Radio silence since the blow up in my second trimester. Remember when he said, and I quote, "My family will never accept this baby unless we do the right tests"? What does that even mean? The right tests? You did all the normal prenatal stuff. His mom, Vivian, is obsessed with their family bloodline or something. She kept talking about genetic purity and special traits. It was weird. When I refused the extra testing they wanted, that's when Mason bailed. Zoe rolls her eyes and flops into the hospital chair. Good riddance. Though I still think you should have taken him for child support. One battle at a time. I just want peace right now. The door opens and Dr. Patel walks in with her clipboard. How are we feeling today, Opal? Tired, but happy. When can we go home? If all stays well, tomorrow afternoon. Your numbers look good, and Lily's tests came back perfect. What test did you run exactly? I try to sound casual, but something about Mason's family's obsession with testing makes me uneasy. Standard newborn screening, metabolism, hearing, heart. Nothing fancy. She smiles reassuringly. You seem concerned? No, it's fine. Just curious. After Dr. Patel leaves, Zoe heads out to grab us real coffee. Hospital coffee is basically brown water, she declares on her way out. Alone with Lily, I finally feel the exhaustion hit me. I carefully place her in the bassinet beside my bed and close my eyes for just a moment. I'm half asleep when I hear it. A soft click, like someone testing my door handle. My eyes fly open, but the door remains closed. Through the small window, I catch a glimpse of someone moving quickly past, someone with the same distinctive red hair as Vivian, Mason's mother. My heart rate spikes, and I pull the bassinet closer to my bed. I'm being paranoid, right? Why would Mason's family be lurking outside my hospital room? But then I notice something else. The drawer where the nurse put Lily's blood samples is slightly ajar, not fully closed like it was before my nap. I press the call button, trying to keep my breathing steady. Everything okay, Miss Lancaster? The nurse's voice comes through the speaker. Has anyone been in my room while I was asleep? I ask, eyes fixed on that drawer. No, just staff. Why do you ask? I think someone tried to get in, and I'm pretty sure I know who. Within minutes of my call, a tall man with a security badge enters my room. Ma'am, I'm Keith from hospital security. The nurse says you reported suspicious activity. Someone was trying my door handle, and I think they may have gone through that drawer. I point to where Lily's samples were stored. I'm pretty sure it was my ex's mother. Keith checks the drawer carefully. We keep backup samples in the lab, but I'll make a note of this. Can you tell me why someone would be interested in your baby's blood work? It's a long story. I've got time. Hospital policy takes these concerns seriously. I take a deep breath, watching Lily sleep peacefully. My ex, Mason, comes from this family that's obsessed with their ancestry. When I got pregnant, his mother, Vivian, kept talking about special genetic markers in their bloodline. Special how? She thinks they're like superior humans or something. She went on about special properties and how their blood can heal faster, how they never get certain diseases. When I refused their private genetic testing, Mason broke things off. Keith frowns, making notes. That sounds concerning. I'll have security review the hallway footage. As he leaves, Zoe returns with coffee. What's with security guy? Did something happen? I think Vivian tried to get into my room. What? That crazy bloodline lady? Why would she? The blood samples. I think she wants Lily's blood to test it herself. Zoe's eyes widen. That's messed up. Should we call the police? Before I can answer, my phone buzzes with a text from an unknown number. The child must be tested properly. It's her birthright. I show Zoe the message. This is getting creepy. Definitely calling the cops now. 2 hours later, a detective with tired eyes and a kind smile sits beside my bed while a tech person examines my phone. I'm Detective Rivera. Tell me about your relationship with the Sanders family. I explain everything. Meeting Mason at college, his seemingly normal behavior until the pregnancy, and then his family's increasing obsession. Vivian kept saying Lily needed to be verified before they'd accept her. She talked about their family being chosen ones with special healing abilities in their blood. I thought it was just eccentric rich people stuff until Mason started demanding prenatal genetic tests beyond normal screening. Detective Rivera nods slowly. We've dealt with the Sanders before. They run that wellness clinic downtown. Lots of expensive miracle treatments using their proprietary methods. Wait, are you saying they use their own blood in treatments? Can't prove it, but we have suspicions. The tech interrupts. Detective, I found something. These messages have location data embedded. They're planning something at this hospital tonight. Detective Rivera takes the phone, scrolling through recovered deleted messages. Opal, they've organized a team to retrieve samples from the lab at 2 a.m. 4 people involved, including Vivian and possibly Mason. My blood runs cold. Why would they go this far? Money, power, delusion? Pick one. If they believe your daughter has some special genetic trait they can exploit in their treatments, that's a powerful motivation. I pull Lily closer to me. What do? We set a trap. Make them think they're getting what they want, while we wait for them. Detective Rivera moves quickly, gathering hospital security in a small conference room. I'm sitting with Lily sleeping in my arms while they lay out a plan. We'll place a decoy sample in the lab with your daughter's name on it, Keith explains, pointing to a hospital blueprint. We'll make it obvious. Extra locks, a special cooler, even a guard who conveniently takes coffee breaks. What about the real samples? I ask. Already secured off-site, Dr. Patel says, joining us. I've been updated on the situation. This is disturbing, but not entirely surprising. The Sanders Clinic has been pushing boundaries for years. We'll have plainclothes officers throughout the floor, Detective Rivera adds. And your room will have constant surveillance, though it won't be visible to visitors. So we just wait? Not exactly. Detective Rivera glances at her phone. Your ex is downstairs demanding to see you. Perfect timing for a little reconnaissance. My stomach twists. I haven't seen Mason since I was 5 months pregnant. You don't have to. No, I want to. If he's part of this, I want to see it in his eyes. 20 minutes later, Mason walks into my room looking exactly as I remember. Expensive haircut, designer clothes, that smug confidence. Opal, you look maternal. Cut the crap, Mason. Why is your mother lurking around my hospital room? He has the audacity to look confused. What are you talking about? Your family's obsession with bloodlines. The texts about Lily needing to be verified. Your mother trying to steal my baby's blood samples. His face changes just slightly. My mother can be enthusiastic about family matters. Enthusiastic? Try criminal. Breaking into a hospital to steal medical samples? You don't understand what's at stake. He lowers his voice. Our family has genetic markers that could change medicine forever. Healing rates 3 times normal. Immunity to most cancers. If Lily inherited these traits, she's a baby, not a science experiment. Think of the bigger picture, the treatments we could develop. My mother's just trying to confirm. Your mother is trying to exploit my daughter, and you're letting her. His expression hardens. You always were too emotional. That's why I couldn't stay with you. Get out. Now. After he leaves, Zoe emerges from the bathroom where she'd been listening. What a complete dirtbag. Please tell me they're going to arrest him too. If he's involved tonight, absolutely, Detective Rivera says, returning. Everything's set. The decoy is in place with cameras covering every angle. We've got officers stationed throughout the hospital. Night falls. Lily and I are moved to a different room as a precaution, with Zoe staying with us. A female officer disguised as a nurse sits by the door. At 1:45 a.m., my phone buzzes with a text from Detective Rivera. "They're here. 4 people, including your ex and his mother, heading to the lab now." Zoe squeezes my hand. "After tonight, they'll never bother you again." I watch the security feed on a tablet they provided. 4 figures in scrubs move through the dimly lit hallway toward the lab, led by a woman with unmistakable red hair, Vivian. On the security feed, Vivian pulls out a keycard that shouldn't work, but somehow does. The group slips into the lab, and I hold my breath. "They're in," Detective Rivera texts. "Wait for it." The feed switches to inside the lab. Vivian heads straight for the special cooler while Mason and 2 others stand lookout. She types in a code on the keypad. It flashes green. "How did she get access codes?" I whisper to the officer. "Planted information. We wanted them to think they succeeded." Vivian pulls out a vial labeled with Lily's name and holds it up triumphantly. That's when the lights flood on. "Police! Hands where we can see them!" The chaos unfolds in real time. Mason makes a break for it but slams right into an officer. Vivian clutches the vial, screaming about her rights and family legacy while being cuffed. "It's over," Zoe says, squeezing my hand. 3 weeks later, I'm sitting in a courtroom watching Vivian and Mason at the defendant's table. Their expensive lawyer looks nervous. "Your Honor, my clients maintain they were acting in the best interest of the child." The judge, a no-nonsense woman in her 60s, peers over her glasses. "By breaking into a hospital lab to steal medical samples? That's a unique interpretation of best interest." The prosecutor stands. "We have texts proving this was a coordinated plan to obtain biological samples without consent, plus breaking and entering, identity theft to access hospital systems, and attempted assault on an officer during arrest." Mason whispers furiously to his lawyer, who shakes his head. The judge's ruling is decisive. Guilty on all counts. Vivian Sanders, 8 months in county jail plus 5 years probation. Mason Sanders, 6 months jail time, 5 years probation, with mandatory psychiatric evaluation. I approach the bench after sentencing to request restraining orders. "Your Honor, I'm concerned they'll try again." "Restraining orders granted. Permanent against Vivian Sanders, 5 years against Mason Sanders, reviewable after that period. Additionally, no contact whatsoever with the minor child." Outside the courthouse, Dr. Patel meets me with surprising news. "The hospital board reviewed everything. We're implementing new security protocols system-wide. Biometric verification for all sample access, enhanced monitoring in maternity. They're calling it the Lily Protocol. That's... wow. Your experience is making hospitals safer for everyone." 1 year later, Lily blows out a single candle on her birthday cake in our new home 3 states away. Zoe, now my roommate, cheers loudly. "That's my brilliant goddaughter!" Detective Rivera sends occasional updates. Vivian's wellness clinic shut down after investigators found illegal blood products. Mason completed his sentence but lost his medical license. "Any regrets?" Zoe asks as we watch Lily play with her new toys. "Not one. We're safe. Lily's thriving, and they can never touch us again." My phone buzzes with a security alert. The new system I had installed after everything happened. Just a delivery person at the gate, but the peace of mind is worth every penny. "You know," Zoe says, "Lily might actually have special blood after all." "How's that?" "She survived those crazies as a newborn. That's pretty superhuman if you ask me." I look at my daughter, happily babbling with frosting on her face, completely unaware of the storm she weathered before she could even smile. She's perfect exactly as she is. What would you do if your ex's family believed your child had special blood? Would you ever allow them back into your life under any circumstances, or would you cut them off permanently like Opal did? Some might argue family deserves second chances despite their mistakes, while others believe protecting your child from toxic people is always the priority no matter what. Where do you stand? If you enjoyed this revenge story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Your comments and opinions really help our channel grow. What kind of revenge story would you like to hear next?